Right, here we go again. Here I go squirting again. Cleaning the treehouse is a massive job. I'm not going to start that right now. I'm going to jump into cleaning the drill for now. This is going to take a while despite being a short job because of using the basic washer, which means that I'm going to have to just turbo it up a lot of the time. First, we're going to start just by polishing the tip, as you do. I can't remember what the, there is an achievement relating to this map. I can't remember if it's to do the drill first or last. I think casually originally in early access I did it last, and then I think the achievement might actually be to do it first. Either way, it's like probably the most annoying part to actually do because of the weird angles. Actually, no, the tracks along the side are the most annoying part because of their weird angles. The drill head is the whole thing, right? Yeah, the drill tip we are almost finished with, but it doesn't want to target because of the game being silly. Probably going to get a bit right underneath. There we go. So we've done the tip. And now it is a case of the rest of the drill head. I don't really want to go like side to side to side to side all the time, so I'm just going to do this side first. Yeah, we just have to be really methodical about working our way along the upper bit, and then we've got the inner ridge of the drill. It's like proper Thunderbird stuff, this. Hopefully, given that it is a much larger feature, it'll be a little bit more generous when it comes to just giving us the ding when we get close. But we've still got to be pretty thorough, because if you leave just little stains and stuff, then that will count against you. Kind of want to prioritize going low, because I can just jump on top of it to try and do the top section. Looks much nicer once it's clean, that's for sure. We're back on the Calming Cinematics playlist on Pretzel. It seems to be the one that still has the largest library of tracks remaining on it, because a lot disappeared over the holidays. Maybe agreements ran out at the start of the year or something. Bit of back and forth. There's a really annoying seam down the side there that we're going to have to delve into. Okay. We can work on the wheel. Is it the wheel or the gripper? Front gripper, I think it is technically. Bad targeting really annoys me. I can't remember if it's just a problem with the basic washer or not. I feel it might have been, and that's probably why they haven't bothered trying to fix it, because most people upgrade beyond it pretty quickly. By the time you have to really care about the targeting of which elements are still not complete, being particularly accurate, you're usually upgraded beyond this anyway. I'm not, because I'm trying to do it all with the basic, with the 1500. So everything just takes a little bit longer. Normally it's funny, because normally in games I abhor things where it's all about just making it more of a grind for grind's sake. But it's always different when you set yourself a challenge, right? It's also different when just the gameplay is just relaxing, and in some ways more enjoyable when you do have to put a bit more attention into it. Because otherwise, once you have the pro washer in this, it just becomes it feels too easy, realistically. The difficulty becomes the angles and the size of the map in the later ones, which I'm not a desperate fan of. I don't hugely like how they just got bigger and bigger. That's what it feels like anyway. Because even after they added, like, rust and oil, it doesn't really make much difference. Hey, Razor One!
I can nice and add pogue slide coding poggle self and dance self and angry judge.
I love hearing random emotes read out in text-to-speech in a mildly Australian accent. That's hilarious. Thanks for the resub. 25 months. Nice. Over 2 years. Hope it's all good. I've been very remiss in not streaming as much as I should have, definitely as much as I wanted to. But hey, life finds a way. In this case, it finds a way to get in the way. But these things happen. Maybe this year? Maybe? We can hope. Imagine streaming, indeed. Yeah, this year is hopefully a bit more of an optimistic year. I'm very tentative about being optimistic. For obvious reasons. But hey, oh, we got 1 star already. We're 20% of the way there. We've barely done the front of it. I do like that the percentage is just based on the amount of raw dirt that you've cleared away, so it's not feature based. You don't have to actually get the dings, because we've only had 1 ding and that's the tip. Little one's doing alright. She's currently active. I can hear her in the front room. Don't feel that we have to constantly supervise her as such, which is good. I will be taking a break at around 11 o'clock to get her out of her chair and onto the floor for a bit of exercise. Oh, that was nice and generous. That's pleasant. I mean, on the one hand, I don't mind cleaning it all to completion, but it is nice when it throws you a little bit of a bone like that. When it is just one where you're just doing a turbo down. This wheel can't have too much more to go on it now, the gripper that is. It's this little annoying seam down here that I think some of it still counts. We are currently between hospital visits, which is a start, and then it's a case of we're hoping to continue the trend of visits being further apart and shorter. Because that will indicate progress. We're just constantly paranoid about things like pneumonias and bowel obstructions, so yeah. But it's just one of those things we're just kind of resigned to it. We have a plan in place, like we know what we're doing every time it happens, so long as it is just a known quantity each time. The annoying thing will be if something else comes out of the blue to take us by surprise, like the bowel stuff did last year. That would be annoying. When it's just stuff that we know about, it's easy to deal with. I mean, should be starting school sometime in the next couple of months, so that's where it's right. Exposure to lots of other kids. Admittedly, she'll be in a separate classroom with other kids who are similarly vulnerable and in, yeah, sort of similar state of health, so generally the parents will all be on the same page, like we're all careful. But whenever you're in a gathering of lots of other kids, then all bets are off, really. But we'll see how she goes. I mean, part of it is just, it is building up immunity. Unfortunately, it just smacks her so much every single time, but it is about building up that immunity. So that hopefully something like a rhinovirus will no longer be quite so severe. Now, am I going to have to shoot back from the other side at these or something? These wheel bits are like really close, and we've just got some... Oh, there we go. There's one wheel done. That's good. So I didn't need to do it from the other side or anything. It is just getting those angles. Ah, there we go. Got to get right down from above instead. This one, there we go, needed a little bit the other way. That tread is not nearly as done as I would like. That's mildly disappointing. Yeah, public settings are always nervous, but then, like, her last hospital admission just came after a very small birthday party at home. So, you know. And everyone there seemed perfectly healthy insofar as I'm aware. No one else was, like, sickly before or after. So it is just, you know, there's things that won't affect other people that she's just not used to. So, yeah, there's nothing to do about those, really. What more is there on this caterpillar tread? To be fair, I usually work from the top down, and this is at the bottom, so I shouldn't really be doing this one right now. I can come back and do that later. It's all rusty at the back here. We'll just try using the red back and forth instead of the turbo per se. The turbo is good for getting some of these little angles, and you get a bit of kind of splash area of effect. Splash damage in a water game, get it? So, get some of these rear shielding bits done would be nice. Gonna do the inside bits. There's just so many angles on this thing, like it's not a large vehicle, but it's just so many angles. Like even in the GDQ exhibition they did for this, there was like 6 people just spraying the crap out of it with the trident heads. Even they found this one a bit tedious because of just the angles involved. I found that run both impressive but also painful to watch because of just how indiscriminately they were spraying the whole time. It was just literally just whoop, 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 like that the whole time. I prefer to be much more methodical about it. Because then you can, generally if you're paying attention as you do it, you know what you've missed. Sometimes you gotta go slow to be fast as well. But then when you've got the Pro Washer with the Trident head, it's like you may as well just be indiscriminate about it because it'll probably get the job done. There's a few of these that I'll need to get from the top, I think. Why is this? Oh, there we go. Once again, start questioning it, and it will ding. I doubt I'll get... I might get this halfway before I have to go through and take a short break. But that's fine. I need to stop putting off streaming just because I know that I have to go and do other things. Especially games like this, which are pretty asynchronous, so I can just take a break, go deal with stuff, come back. I just need to do it. Just do it! And like time of day is the other thing, like I'm always paranoid, like, oh, it's a bad time of day for people who want to come watch. It's like, yeah, but you just gotta do it. That's what VODs are for. That's what YouTube is for. And you just never know, you might get someone new coming by. So the rear fuselage is at this bit around the door frame, probably. Yeah, exactly. Can't control other people's time of day. And yeah, my time zone is just whack anyway. Like, it doesn't really make any huge difference. It's going to be inconvenient for someone. Best I can do is make it convenient for me. I was also intending at one point to stream more in my evenings, like late at night. But I've been more and more just wanting to chill out and just do other stuff and just watch things. Just laze on the TV. Laze on the TV? On the couch watching TV. Not on the TV. It's a very thin TV, that would be painful. So what more is there on the rear fuselage? I bet it's probably the top bit. Let's get a bit on this gripper. The only things I have remaining are like grippers and caterpillar treads, then I'll consider that I've done pretty well. Oh yes, more of the shielding bits. That's the fuselage bit there, the inner area. Yeah, so what have I got that I haven't done on the fuselage? Because I've been pretty thorough. It's just... ah, there we go. There's just the littlest bit. Also need to get better posture. Yeah, fine. How was it that I was sitting that I wasn't hurting my shoulder? That's what I've got to figure out again. Gripper? Oh yeah, gripper. I think I've probably got a lot to do on the side of this, on the other side especially. Also down low, I think. God, this caterpillar tread is just so terribly filthy. Like metal ore and everything, it's like coppery sort of colour. Which direction should I be cleaning this? I think maybe I just have to go one way and then turn around and come back the other way regardless, and I think this is where the turbo will serve me better for just getting a little bit of extra splash. I do kind of wish that there was a little bit of water physics going on where by starting from the top you loosened up stuff further down as it kind of runs away. But that would be difficult to simulate. Okay, so that's gone that direction. The annoying thing is going to be getting the right angles looking into this because I don't have much to stand on here. Like I can't put a ladder up here. The best I've got is my little stool. Also seems really weird that I'm doing this just inside a garage with everything just out. Surely I'd be doing this outside where it can drain away better. Who knows? Stop thinking logically. We get a big hangar later, which makes sense. But this is our introductory job to the guy who gives us the job that unlocks that, so... Hey, baby steps. We're still actually quite far back in the campaign, unfortunately. I've got a lot of work to do on this. So I still want to compete career mode. That's like my goal. It feels silly to make it my goal for this year, because it shouldn't take me that long. But hey, if we say that that's what it is, then it's something. It's a goal. First quarter, maybe. You know, quarterly goals. Set some KPIs. Well, these aren't being super demanding on me in terms of the angles, at least. Or I've managed to incidentally get sides as I was doing the top, because there is little gaps in the tracks, so that's a start. There we go, nice. The caterpillar tread itself, though, is not clean, so it can go screw itself. Probably because I need to do, yeah, underneath. Ugh. See, now, if you were really doing this, you would detension it, take the tread off, lay it on the floor, spray it one side, flip it over, spray it the other side. It would be nice if I had the ability to do that. Like, I keep thinking that there's combinations of elements between this and House Flipper that would work really well together, like the refurbishment thing and that, where you can select a thing and then do specific stuff with it. So you could like select the tread to detach it, and then it would lay it down for you, and then you'd put it back on again afterwards. How much more is there to go on this rear gripper? Quite a bit. Alright, let's just take it slowly. So I don't think I did this side. Ah, and there you go. See, that's what happens when you just take it slowly. Don't stress. Just work your way along. If only the targeting worked so I knew that I was actually on the right track. There we go. Caterpillar tread cleaned. Perfection. Armored panel, I feel this is like, is this the whole thing? Is that shared with that? No, those are different. Okay, so that's... Ah, this whole way along. Gotcha. It's not vertical, it's horizontal. Even though it looks like there's a gap. It doesn't look like the same element. Okay, let's... maybe we can possibly swap to this one now. Waltzing in the clouds. Nice song. The rivets aren't specific features, but we'll give them a specific spray just in case, because they've probably got extra rust. Where's the edge of this armored panel? Oh, it's just the whole side. It's not broken into bits at all. So it might be pretty generous to me then. So I can see there's a couple of little bits that I've missed right at the start there, but given how filthy it is along here, that might not matter. I might just go, you know what? Yeah, you done good. Or it might not. It did. That's nice. Thank you, game. Okay. No, wrong one. I keep pressing tab thinking that it'll open my, like, tablet, but it's escape. Right, short break. Let's do the panel on the other side, shall we? Not going to work our way down fully symmetrically, but... let's do it bit by bit. We'll do it the way that I think it should be sectioned up. Even though it's all just one big piece. We're sort of at like color by numbers or one of those scratch art things where you're basically giving detail. It's always easy when someone's done the drawing for you, right? Yeah, we're going to need more turbo effort on that tread. That's fine. We do have to tread carefully. I need that, whatever overlay extension it is, it has the emotes flying across the screen when people use things. I haven't even looked at what that even is. I'm not a very good streamer. Oh, there's some of the colourful bits in that gripper there. We might be able to maybe tidy some bits off there. I'm not interested in having chat overlay so much, because that's a worry in terms of like spammers coming in and doing stuff, and it just showing on screen without you being able to do anything about it. But the fact that emotes pretty much have to be approved anyway, you can't go too wrong with those. Maybe. Try and get what we can off this particular track there. Is there 5? Yeah, there must be. There's actually 5. For some reason I thought there was only 3. The more the merrier. Until it comes to cleaning. 80%, nice. This isn't too bad, but it's definitely taking longer than originally did. But that'll be nothing compared to the treetop, I'm sure. Or the treehouse. Yeah, we've got those little motes of colour every now and then, but... Achievement hunting or challenge run? This is challenge run. Achievements I have all but 2. And that's because I reset my progress from early access before finishing the game properly in career. And there was another map that I hadn't unlocked yet that has achievements relating to it. It felt really weird to me that they didn't just reset all progress anyway. Like, you kind of expect that from early access going into full release. Like, it's a great game. I like the way the devs did things to an extent, but at the same time, it does just show that they didn't make all that many, like, broad sweeping changes to the core gameplay. Well, they kind of did. They added in, like, the aim mode that I'm using and stuff like that. But then some of the early maps still feel a little bit dated. Like, they made some changes to some, like, the playground got a bit of a revamp, but some of the other early maps really needed a revamp too, to just make them look different. And maybe section things up a little bit differently. Yeah, it was weird they didn't reset progress. So I knocked out most of the achievements for all the maps that I currently had unlocked with the Pro Washer, because I had everything unlocked already. But then I reset progress, and I've made this a challenge run of getting through every map using only the basic washer and its accessories. Like, I can get accessories, like I have the various extensions, and I have the turbo nozzle, obviously. Though theoretically that's also not required. You can do everything with just the red nozzle instead of using the turbo. Turbo is just a little bit more lenient, it gives you a little bit of spread, helps you mitigate some of the otherwise awkward angles that you need to work on. And the extensions are pretty much mandatory because there's certain maps where you just cannot get close enough, otherwise even with the ladders and stuff you just won't be able to get close enough to do all of the features. I mean, they literally give you the extra long extension at a certain point. I don't know, maybe it's possible to only use the extra long extension and do everything until that point, but I'm fairly sure there was a couple where you'd be really hard pressed to not finish it with the extensions, or to finish it without the extensions. Yeah, it's basically as much of a hard mode as you can get. Just self-imposed hard mode. I mean, I could also just, like, not use the tab to find dirt and stuff like that. I tend to use it minimally anyway. It's only when there's something that's really bugging me that looks perfectly clean. If I can see that there's stains on it still, then I'm gonna chase after. Like, now I can tell that there's still stuff that I've not done on this armor panel without hitting tab. But then, like, that rear fuselage earlier it wasn't so clear cut, so I did use it. This is the one that I've done. We've done... That caterpillar tread is not done. Ah, is it, like, underneath? Is it like this? It's like that. It's like that, and that's the way it is. This caterpillar tread has also not been done, and I suspect for very similar reasons. Yup. That's half that done. That's good. So this caterpillar tread definitely still needs work. We have not done a concerted effort on this one at all, because we started working our way down the other side. So yeah, I'm hoping to get the 2 achievements I have remaining while I'm doing this run. Basically, when I get to the fishing boat later on, I need to remember to do all of the deck components first, I believe. And then the last one is finishing the career campaign, which I will just naturally unlock anyway, because I do intend to do all of the levels. But that'll take a while to get to, because some of those levels are really big, and I've heard horror stories about the final level in particular being huge. I mean, when I resolved to do this basic washer challenge, I tested on some of the maps that I already had unlocked before I reset progress. Like, I tested specifically the stunt plane, because that has a lot of oil, being a very tenacious thing to try and shift. And I was successful in being able to clean it with this. So I know that that is possible, technically speaking. However, not having seen some of the later maps, especially the final maps, I do not know for certain whether or not it will be achievable or at least feasible to use the basic washer depending on distances and angles involved. I would hope that they did have a mind to it, to not making it too difficult, but we'll just have to wait and see. Basically, it comes down to how much power you need at range, because even with the extra long extension, this will only do so much. It might not shift everything without being able to get closer. And it depends whether or not you have the scaffold bits and stuff in the later levels, because I think the final one has a lot of interior spaces which you probably don't have the scaffolding available. So it depends whether or not you have your trusted ladder. If you don't have anything like that, it might be tricky. But they call it a challenge run for a reason. We don't expect it to be easy. We definitely expect it to be, at minimum, tedious. Even if not truly difficult. But again, it is a relaxing game, so oh no, I'm spending more time listening to nice music and making things clean. What a shame. I don't know, I probably shouldn't have that attitude because, you know, internet audiences like seeing people suffer, so I should probably play it up a lot more. It's, oh, it's so hard, it's so terrible, oh, I don't know if I can do this, I'm gonna quit, yeah, don't know. Not really me though. Not my style. Oh good, got the wheel. That was really easy. Nice. Seems that this is like a really good angle for getting some of these things. Yeah, well, there we go. Just got through the gaps in the tread to get the rest of that one as well. Seems just getting, yeah, really lucky angles on some of this stuff. Oh, not luck, sorry. Skill. Totally skill. Hey, and only 3 things left. 2 caterpillar treads, I notice. So which one did I miss? Did I not finish I didn't finish this one. Probably because I need to do the underneath, actually. That's understandable. We'll go back to turbo for this. This one as well, I'm going to need to get, like, the underneath part. I think just looking this way as well. I can see bits of dirt that are coming off it based on the lighting. Just really need to get the right angle. It's more of an acute angle than the right angle, but you know. You know what I mean. Once again, this is one where having a left-handed option would be nice, to be able to get a different angle on some of this stuff, but hey. Whatever. Now, should be able to get the inside here, just work our way along. Nice. And last tread should be this one. And again, probably the underneath parts. Maybe not. Must be something else we've missed. Ah. We haven't done it from this angle properly, I think. There we go. And now, which armoured panel is it? This one. Also probably just a case of, there we go, not having the right angle on it. I've got a temple that's urgently in need of some TLC. Ah, the temple. That's another big one that haven't been looking forward to. Whee! That actually didn't take me as long as I expected. So that's nice. That's always a good surprise to have. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Very good. Yeah, Temple 750, Treehouse 1550. That's a big one. We'll decide what to do next. I'm going to take a short break.